Hey guys, this is an anime review about Needless, an anime that totally sucks. So, Needless is a 24 episode anime, and it came in 2009, and it ended in 2009. It was done by Madhouse, which did like Death Note and Final Fantasy VII, The Last Order, or the anime, the first anime. So you expect that something by Madhouse would be like a powerhouse. Nope. Totally no. So, the anime, overall, it's about the World War III and what happens after that. And it's sort of like World War III kind of destroyed lots of places, and it created a spot called Black Spot. Apparently this was destroyed from the war. And there, in the spot, there lived like these people. Some are normal people, and others are with this superhuman powers, who are called Needless. These guys have fragments, or, who got this power. They got like fragment of fire, fragment of water, and so on. So this guy has a fragment of fire. He uses fire powers. If you have like the fragment of water, he uses water powers. And so you meet like a bunch of Needless characters there. And from the name of the anime, it's completely a Needless anime. You meet there was this guy who looks like a bad version of Dante from Devil May Cry. Seriously, the main enemy is a bad adaptation of Dante. I feel sorry for Dante. And so he's like the main enemy, and he has like the 4 giants. Apparently they're like his 4 guards, and they're like the 4 strongest Needless he ever could find. One with telekinesis, another one with some weird element abilities like earth, fire, and so on. And then you have another one who plays with magical tricks or so. And a 4th one, which I don't remember, because the first one didn't appear in the first part. She appeared in the second half of the series. So there was this guy, there was this revolution against him, because he was doing like this Needless hunt. He was hunting down the Needless, so he's killing people, and so to get the Needless, or I don't know, he was just killing them to get something or to look for something. And so he kind of, the strong 4 in him, he kind of destroys all their evolution. And so you meet the last 2 survivors, one with a green-haired girl, and then the other character is the second character. His name is Kudus. He's the boy with the green hair. And he's probably the most impressive character in the whole cast, a 12-year-old boy. And so he was escaping, and he meets up this guy. For some reason, they in the anime world, he looks like a father, or he looks like, I'm not exactly sure, but they always call him father. But he's like a bad rock imitator. He's wearing like black leather pants, and he's shirtless with a long black leather coat, and he has like his hair kind of a spiky hair. So I don't know exactly how in this anime they see him as a father. It doesn't make sense. And so he kind of saves the little kid, and he takes him with him, and their hideouts happens to be a church. And so the church, you meet like the cast. You have Adam Blade, the guy who looks like a father in the series world, and then you have Eve Einstein, and oh my god, another Adam and Eve anime. Like, we haven't seen enough of that. And then you have a professor called Guido, and he's like a guy who was in the project that relates to the Needless project, whatever. He made up the rest of the characters later. Like in the first half of the series, the first 12 episodes were really like very fast paced, and they were going really well. There were battles, and you got to introduce to the characters and their abilities. Adam has this zero ability. It means like he can like give you a hit on the head, and he kind of goes through the brain of the Needless and see their abilities, and they have like memorized. Yeah, it got memorized, because every Needless have like one ability. You have fire fragment, fire power, water fragment, water power, something like that. So he can remember all the attacks, and so he can do all the attacks he remembered either by a bump on the head or by seeing it. So the first 12 episodes, you beat up an anime like in one episode or half of the episode. You kind of have this fight. So fast-paced, interesting. You get to meet up some of the enemies. Then the second half comes, and oh my god, this is where it sucks. You have like to go up to beat up your boss character, and you have to go up through all these fights. You have like one fight that goes on for about 5 or 6 episodes, and like we have only 12 episodes left. So you really need to go to a fight where 6 episodes, and you're fighting a bunch of girls who like at one point you're fighting a bunch of girls who have like these abilities, and by the way, the main character is a pervert. He really is a pervert, which makes it a little weird to watch this kind of anime. And so this fight is over, you move on to the final fight. This is a major spoiler alert. The final battle doesn't even happen. It kind of cuts out. You don't actually see how the final boss or the final Adam character is being, the final enemy is being defeated. So it kind of, he was about to bang his head, and so and what happens? Nothing. A flash. And so you move on to the last 3 minutes of the series, and it kind of brings you like the enemies, and the main characters are kind of friends now, so yay. Well, there's lots of weird stuff that gonna happen in this anime, but the weird part that made this anime kind of suck was the final battle. It never happened, and that made me like, what the hell? And what happened to the main enemy? Another thing about this anime, the main enemy and the main character are called both Adams. They were a result of a project, and so one turned out to be really smart. Both of them were like in the same project. One turned out to be really smart that he became the main evil villain, and the other one was so stupid that a 12-year-old kid made their decisions. Seriously, Kudus was probably he's the most noticeable character because he's the one who thinks. You have a scientist who was making the Atom Project or whatsoever. He couldn't even make the plans. The plans was done by the 12-year-old. And even you have another character called Disc, and she was half cyborg, half human, 100 years old, and she was pretty useless. She was like I'm scanning stuff, and so I'm scanning them. That's all I do. But when it comes to plans, he doesn't do anything. Seriously, the most impressive character in this whole cast is Kurus, the 12-year-old boy. So, about the animation, totally sucks. Oh my god. It's like, if it was like in 2000, I would feel, yeah, that suits like a 2000, an anime in the year 2000, even though there was so much better animes, like Hunter x Hunter was extremely amazing. It came in 1999, but still like so freaking awesome. This stuff didn't even compare to stuff in 2000. Yu Yu Hakusho was better, even though it's a 1994 anime. The character design, the characters look so much alike. Females have the same eye shape, but a little different hairstyles. You have like 2 of the main characters with ponytails, and both of them wear white hair. So, white hair, ponytails, oh my god, that's so lame. And then, you're supposed to be done by Madhouse. I mean, you've done Death Note. Can't you do something better? And then you have 2 characters named Adam, the main enemy, and the main lead character. And then you have a 3rd character named Adam, which happens to be like revealed, or his character revealed in the last 3 episodes. So there's a lot of confusing things about this anime. This anime is missing. Like, the first half was alright. Second half totally sucked because it was so slow. I mean, the anime could have been over like in 15 episodes instead of 24. My advice is don't watch it. It's like I scratch my head and like, oh my god, I haven't really got anything from this anime. Nothing. Totally, really, really bad design. Bad animation. I really hated it. And so I'm gonna give this like a fairly 3.5 out of 10 because it's a bad anime. I really don't like it. Well, this is the anime for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I really would stay away from it, but if you like to see it, then be my guest. Alright, see you in another video later.